Throne as an alternative win condition, Fairy Macabre as more graveyard hate that... Like, Fairy Macabre is honestly the best thing you could traverse into, because this, you have to have a land drop available to you. And then, of course, Ooze isn't necessarily a good example, because Scavenging Ooze not only has a little bit of anti-synergy with Goyf, although they usually run in the same deck, you just need to be careful with it. But also, more so than that, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, like, you could board the Fulminator Mage and main, like, the Maelstrom Pulse, you know? It just depends on what you want to do. Because there's some decks in the format that are just like, I don't care about you blowing up my lands much at all. So maybe that's a good concession. Just put kind of a catch-all answer, and then let Thrun, Macabre, and Fulminator be the sideboard creatures. What is my burn matchup like? It's better than you'd think. Although it's going to get worse if we're only going to run one Darkheart. It will get worse. So that's why I like having access to some brutalities. And you can use Devour Flesh like on your own threats. Like you can like block with Goyf and then Devour Flesh it. Alright. So my opponent's grabbing a Summoner's Pact. Okay. Catacombs. Do you want to just suspend this Ancestral? I know that seems like kind of an anemic play. It's kind of an anemic play. Get in there. I think we have like several good cards for burn. I mean, like, we've got some cheap interaction. Like, the pushes are nice. Brutality's nice. Heart's nice, Devour Flesh is nice, Ooze is nice. I mean, we have some tools. Alright, Sanctuary. We know he's got another Karoo land, right? We know he's got the, Simic Growth Chamber as well. I don't think this is where I quarter. We let that go. Oh, so he's grabbing the Azusa? Azusa would get him to Titan status, wouldn't it? No matter what I do. Quarter the West, that's his Engines as Chancellor. I think the issue is he's going for the Azusa and he's already got the pieces that he needs. Azusa's strong. I mean, it's 2 additional lands. It's not just 1 additional land. She is 2. Dank Heart of the Wood. What's up, Raccoon 1? You'd be surprised. It does some cool things in our deck. I was surprised too. Let me say that, Raccoon 1. I was surprised too. I was surprised as well. It's being cycled on too. So 17 fast lands, 6 slow lands. Jeez, that's a lot of slow lands. A lot of tapped lands. So actually he didn't go for it immediately. Maybe I miscalculated my opponent's mana. Maybe he couldn't go for it. It's possible. Misty. Was Dankheart. Goifu? Yeah. So he pays for Pact. Double quarter would have won, says Scorpion. I know, I wish I had a second one. Garrison. Gemstone. Yeah, I do wish that I had that. So wait a second. We took prime time, right? Yes, we took the prime time. He summoners packed for Azusa, so maybe he didn't have the Titan. Did he already return a Talaria West? Did I already miss my opportunity? Chancellor says, just saw the Ghost Order. Well, the Talaria West is still in play. Did he already take one back? Was there an additional, excuse me, Talaria West drawn for my opponent? Thanks, Matthew. Does my opponent have multiple Talaria Wests going on? Yeah, West on the Seas. You go breeding pool, I think. Yeah, I mean, if I miss that, that's a missed opportunity. Giant Arbor. Okay. So we only have one card type going on right now. We saw that he had a West in hand on the Seas. Yeah, we would have. Yeah, so did we miss an opportunity there? I mean, if I missed it, I don't remember if he bounced a Talaria or not. If we did, that's my bad. So is this him transmuting for it? I'm assuming blue. What's up, Wapka? No, he just had the Titan. Like, earlier, the Summoner's Pact was for Azusa. I still think you're right. Grabbing the Talaria West does make sense. That's how he's tutoring up these things. Cheddar says he had one to play. Thought you saw another. No, you haven't missed an opportunity yet. Oh, okay. It looks like he just had the Titan, so... Rule Turf's coming in. Probably gonna bounce the... So that's the Sun Home and that's the Slayers. Yeah, I don't know what you hit here with Quarter. That's a... I guess... I can't even take him off the activations on these because he's got Garrison and this is a white source, this is a white source, this is a red source. So like I can't really take him off these. I could just hit the land itself. Like if we want to take him off the Vigilance or more importantly probably the Double Strike is an option. Or I could just go after the Talaria West. You gotta respond here. You can hit Slayers to the double striking one. Well, they're not untapped yet, but the Slayers was going to be. Actually, we should have hit Slayers, right? So that gives him haste. Yeah, I should have maybe hit Slayers. I don't know what we're hoping to top deck. Unfortunately, it's like not as many outs to the prime time as I'd like. Yeah, I think I was supposed to go hit the Slayers. I think you're supposed to hit Slayers. I think you'd have to hit the double striking land, right? Or we can't even survive with Dark Art. Yeah, we just can't afford for this to happen. Not that that's when I need to do the Ghost Quarter on the Sun Home, but I just don't want to forget to do that. Alright. For toll, a little late, but I'll take it. Told go. We just don't have anything really proactive going for us, unfortunately. What's sad is this is the most proactive, albeit I think no matter how you brew it, like Astrotold it's a strong engine, but it's not a terribly proactive by itself engine. Like your deck has to be doing other things, and while we have other things that are powerful, I think the constant Bajuka bogging has certainly rendered this Goyf kind of on the shrimpy side. All right, there's the Summoner's Pact. Yep. Second prime time probably seals it up. You can give this other prime time haste with the Slayer Stronghold. Good games. Like we had the answer for the amulet, but the amulet never came up, and then we didn't have a fast clock. We kept getting Bajuka bogged. This Goyf was what 4 power at one point. He was a 4/5, but then we got bogged. All right, let's play one more game, and then we're gonna try adding another engine to the deck, which I think might help in the consistency. I don't know. I think that this version has some things. It's like the last time we played in the league, we beat everything except for Eldrazi-tron. I think we have a better Eldrazi-tron matchup now, but we're not facing it, so it's hard to tell. I mean, I would hope adding some more hard removal and also adding Ceremoniouses to the sideboard would make that matchup a little more playable. I'm excited about this engine, though. I've always liked Traverse. I didn't really necessarily like the Traverse decks that I saw out of other players, but or that came about. But I do like I like the toolbox nature that it offers. Oh, that is weird, Chancellor. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Hey, how's it going, Jabode? I'm gonna cut all this, and this is maybe the next version. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe next match we'll learn something else about the deck, and we'll be like, oh, maybe we should change that. In like a really weird, convoluted way, like Traverse equals Talaria, and then Talaria equals Balance. I mean, I don't want to actually think about how much mana. Actually, you know what? That only makes it 1 more mana. You know what? That's actually not that horrible. Okay, so think about it this way. We have 3 decent tutors for Balance, and then we have 2 additional kind of bad tutors for Balance. Because it'd be 1 more mana, because it'd be, yeah, Traverse finding Talaria, and then Talaria would find Balance. Oh baby, tutors into tutors. It's not a good thing. Really, you want your tutor to find directly what you want. Obviously, these are for also finding creatures, but it is interesting to think about the lines of like finding like I could see traversing for Witness, but that's a lot of green. But our deck's designed to have a lot of green due to just due to the engine, just due to the loam engine, due to the yeah. This is an interesting idea. I don't think I'd run 4, is what I'm trying to say. Like I could see us running maybe 2. I mean, maybe you cut an Architects of Will, tutors for tutors. Keep my eyes open. Hope you can keep me awake for a couple hours. All right, Jabode. What are you at work? What are you having trouble keeping your eyes open for? Don't let your boss know. So what do you guys think? Is that reasonable? Like, because I think Traverse is kind of on the slow side, and like we're not even running the Mishra's Baubles. We could run an Architect and then a Bauble. I think Mishra's Bauble is really expensive. Like 25. I would run a couple Architects. I feel like the nice thing about Architect is that, and this is something that I think a lot of players don't even think about this card in the deck. Like there are some matchups where if you draw it in the late game, it is far better for you to actually hardcast it, and then Fate Seal, well not Fate Seal, but reorganize the top of your opponent's deck. Like most combo decks in Modern, I would do that. I would hardcast this creature if we drew it in the late game. And, you know, put their best card far away, and then if you ghost quarter them, then they have to shuffle, and it's like, oh, like, I don't know if I can get my basic. Isn't Foretold better with high mana spells? I feel like Foretold is better with cheating spells out like Vision and Balance. Those are my feelings. I don't know if I agree. I like using Astrotold kind of like a cheaty face engine, if you will. Alright, this seems like a nice hand. And we finally get maybe a game to test around with the Worm Harvest, but I think we're just moving away from that card, and that's an okay thing. That's fine.